In this video, I'll be breaking down gold, EURUSD, and NASDAQ, and I'll also be showing you a few of my prop firm accounts. This week, we literally bought a 50k and a 10k account, and we're already up 6% on both of them. So make sure to watch till the end because that's where a lot of the value is. If you're new here, please make sure to click the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications because I post content like this every single Sunday. Now guys, the mentorship special is still on. I think there's like 5 days left. It's gonna end on the 25th of August. Every single time I do the special, you guys always suggest for me to like push it till the end of the month, which is something I will do. This is the poster over here. Please make sure to check it out. But nonetheless guys, let's jump in over to the charts. We'll look at everything that we've done this week. Genuinely a good week. So let's start off with gold. Alright, so this is gold on the daily time frame. We'll start on the daily time frame and work our way down. So this week I had 3 setups. I had four setups. 1 winner, 1 loser, a missed trade, and TP getting hit. This is all from gold. So we're going to spend a lot of time over here. Then we're going to break down 2 of the other pairs, and then we're going to go to the prop firm side, right? As I said in the beginning of the video, I did buy a 50k and a 10k account, and I'm already 6% up on those ones. And the 25k and the 5k accounts, I'm damn near break even, guys. So you'll see the equity curve, so make sure to stay tuned till the end. But I want you to understand the entries and how we went about them and how I think and the process behind it, right? So as you can see, this is gold on the daily, right? Price has pushed all the way to the top and then sunk all the way to the downside, right? So I had already known that gold was gonna pull back and then we're gonna get an entry, right? So now when I pull out the fib from bottom to top, from here to here, this was the first entry I had on gold, right? I'll go to the 4-hour time frame so you can see, right? So this is the first entry I had on gold. Bingo bango, we entered via off of this point over here and price pushed to the top, right? I'll post the setup over here so you guys can look at it. That was the first entry, but I eventually closed out because I was anticipating it to pull back, right? So now after this first entry over here, right? After this first entry over here, I was patient enough to wait for the second one. So now I'll move this to the far left, right? So you can see what I'm talking about. So this is what we had, right? That was the first entry. Price pushed to the top. I closed relatively when we got to the high. Now I knew price was gonna pull back, right? I knew price was gonna pull back, right? So I bought early. They had bought in early during the week. I think it was on a Thursday night. I bought early and I got taken out. This will all be shown at the end, guys. You'll see like the equity curve. It will make sense based off of the trades, right? So I took an L over here and then I continued to jump in again. So this was my entry over here, right? Let me go do this, right? So this was my entry on the 70%, like that, clean cut finish. I went for that. My stop loss was relatively below the low. My take profit was all the way to the top over here. I was aiming for like 385, I think. This is what I was aiming for. So price is just shy of it. So already closed. I closed out relatively around this point over here for a nice 1:3.7, guys. This is a clean one, especially from us throughout the week. It shows that gold is following a lot of the strat, right? A lot of you guys are interested in learning from me, guys, and for sure you guys can take the strategy based off of the way what I'm posting and what I'm showing you guys. But it's always very important to understand and really realize that you need someone who can guide you and help you understand when is the time, because price had already came to the 61. This was an entry that I had wanted to take, right? But the missed entry because my entry was relatively in the middle over here. So price didn't tap the middle, it came back and came to the 73, which is where I jumped in, right? So price did push to the top, right? That's relatively getting my accounts at a healthy place. So now we have our first 4-hour market structure shift. So we have a confirmed bullish market structure, right? We already knew that price was going to be turned bullish, right? But now we have more of a confirmed setup, right? So now the range we're playing in, this is the lowest low that we have, right? So now I want to see if this is going to be a confirmed high, right? So if that is a confirmed high, what I will do is pull out my fib from bottom to top, right? Like that. And then bingo bango, this is going to be our first entry over here. TP all the way to the top, relatively there, right? And then SR relatively below the low. Now when I go to like the 1-hour time frame, right, and you can see, guys, I analyze on the 4-hour. I haven't even went to the 1-hour time frame to show you, but on the 1-hour time frame you can see that there's this fair value gap over here, right? This fair value gap over here. So it makes sense for take profit to be there, right? This is a nice 1:4 RR, guys. Clean cut finish, schoon setup, right? Usually I put my stop loss like relatively by the 79. So we'll come in over here and highlight the 79 like this. So my stop loss is usually below this point over here, right? Or I like going for like a fixed risk to reward ratio of like a 1:3, right? Like that. And then I remove this over here, right? So this is what I usually go for. It gives the market at least some room to play around, right? Irregardless of how accurate our strategy is, I'm always that type of guy that just wants to make sure that like all my trades hit. Irregardless, I don't want to get stopped out because of a minor SL, right? So that's what we are anticipating. Even with this setup over here, this buy all the way to the top, I will post a screenshot over here, right? It was clean cut finish, guys. The setup will be on the far right as you'll be looking at it right now, right? So that's the beautiful stuff about gold. It's just a matter of being patient. And one thing I like about gold more than any other indice or any other currency pair is that it's a pair that moves really quick. Right, you get paid now. I wouldn't have passed a lot of my challenges or would have been where I am right now if it wasn't for how quick gold is. Let's go over to EuroUSD and end off with NASDAQ, then we'll chop up the prop firm stuff. Alright, so this is EuroUSD on the daily time frame, right? So with EU, it's quite different. We did have a push to the top, very similar to to gold, right? So with EuroUSD, I am anticipating for it to pull back as usual, right? There is a lot of anticipation on this guy as well, because as much as it is, we're still in this range, right? So now what we're playing in is this high and this low, right? Bingo bango. So that's the daily time frame. When you go to the 4-hour time frame, which is my favorite time frame, what you can see is that, okay, cool, price did push to the top. We even got a market structure shift, but we just came back to fill out at this point over here, right? We are in a bearish market structure, as you can see. We have a 4-hour market structure shift to the downside. When I pull out the fib from top to bottom, right, and then go to currency, this is where we're supposed to be selling EuroUSD right now, right? So this is the point of reference, excuse me. This is the point of reference of where we're supposed to be selling it. This was just a liquidity grab. Everybody got taken out, and as you can see, that's the last point of the fair value gap that's been filled out. So what we can anticipate is that, yes, we can see EuroUSD playing around, then we can start saying ourselves sell off to the downside relatively to this point, and then we continue to the downside. So like I said, guys, with like my currency pair traders, right, my forex traders, let me just say this, right, it's quite difficult, especially to gain consistency from these types of markets. And I also used to be a forex trader. Like, I used to solely trade currency pairs alone, but I've noticed, guys, like the amount of growth I've had when I switched over to like gold, you know, your NASDAQs and stuff. Currency pairs are good, especially if you have a big account and you are willing to hold them long term. But I won't lie, they're easily manipulated and it's not worth the risk, right? Even when you try to open big lot sizes on these guys, the commission is so hectic, especially if you're trading a prop from like a 200k account, you know. So it's always important to look at it from a grand scheme of things. If you want your journey to be quicker and faster, look at things like futures, your indices. That's where the real money is, and that's how the consistency is gonna be gained, guys, you know. But for now, let's jump over to NASDAQ and see how this guy's looking. Alright, so this is NASDAQ on the daily time frame, right? So with NASDAQ, it's quite different, right? There was an entry opportunity this week. It was just that I was already in a gold buy, right? So I didn't really take it, right? As we can see, we are at our all-time high for NASDAQ, right? All-time high. So we can see that we did get a break of structure, so continuation setup would have made sense on this one. What do we see over here? Price from bottom to top, right? Like this clean cut finish, we got a push to the top and a pull back to the 73%, right? This is where we're supposed to be buying the indice, right? The 61. So we can see that it reacted off of the 73, right? So let's say that could be in your first entry, your second entry, irregardless of the situation, and then price has pushed to the top, right? So we got a beautiful rejection to the top. So we can say that we do got a market structure shift over here. Obviously, when you go to the 1 hour time frame, we're gonna see such a beautiful, as you can see, 1 hour market structure shift. So for me, what I will do is pull out the fib from bottom to top once again, right? There's no reason for you to think, guys, when there's a fib. It's not a holy grail strat, but it helps so much with understanding where the market is, right? Even if you go to the 30-minute time frame, probably see that there's an extendo version of it, as you can see. So what we are anticipating is that at least NASDAQ will pull back just a little bit. We jump in and then we can keep on pushing it to the top, right? Now, in terms of take profit, it's obviously going to be the high that it has made. So this is the new point of reference in terms of liquidity. And then this is the range that we're playing in now, because this range has been confirmed. So now we're playing within this range and this range. So this one has been confirmed, right? So now, another advice I would say, especially for like indices and everything moving forward, understand, guys, it's like I've noticed going to the end of the year, indices usually end off at a very positive note, right? So we just have to be patient to see how it's gonna move along. But now let's move over to our prop firm account so you can see where I am. All right. So this is what we got for today's prop firm. We got the 5K, the P2, and we got P1, 10K, and 50K, right? So we'll start off with the OG ones, right? Or we'll start off from top to bottom, actually. So we'll start with the 10K, right? So you can see what we're actually going through, right? So I'll just go straight to the, what is this? The thing is, you can see I'm up 6.15%. I'm only left with like 1.70 or 1.75% to pass, right? I only traded it for 3 days. I need 5 minimum trading days, so it's already showing you that it's so crazy, right? But now you can see I bought it on the 19th of August, right? So trading overview, right? And if you guys are interested in buying these prop firms as well, guys, Funded Next is the best one. I will put my reference code over here. You'll get a 10% discount. So especially if you're buying the big accounts, understand, like, get a 10% discount, right? And always make sure to go for a swap free account, guys. Always go for a swap free account. Let me know if you guys want a tutorial on how to pass these prop firm accounts. Just comment down our prop firm and I'll make the video, guys. Right? So as you can see, it says here we have a 40% win rate. Our average RR is 1:1.5. My average RR is 1:1.3, right? But let me show you just the analytics. So analytics is pretty nice. Like 10K, we've just been climbing to the top, relatively close to passing it, right? Nothing too crazy. The one that I really want to show you is the 25K and the other ones. Right, so 50K is another one that we have right now. We are up as well, close to 6.06%. Right, this one is looking beautiful. Right, as you can see, max permitted loss is like $7,000, guys. So one thing I can definitely say is with the 50K account, that's the beginning where like it's life-changing money, because I want to show you something as well. Like, I think, yeah, it even says my average winning trade is $2,000. My average losing trade is $500. That's 1%, guys. My best trade was close to $3,000, right? That's damn near 6%. You get what I'm trying to say? So yes, these are the trades I did take. There was a one that I did say I did take an L. So there was a W that I took a 2% gain, right? And then I took a 2% loss the same day. This was the same day, like relatively around the 22nd, as you can see. Then the same time, relatively around like 7 o'clock, I closed $3,000 up, right? So now if you check the equity curve as well, right, it's relatively the same thing. We just went yes, we went down and then we continue climbing all the way to the top, right? Now the ones that are the most interesting, right, is the 25K and the 5K that I want to show you guys, right? So now coming over to, let's go to the 25K. This one I've had it since the 18th of June. So it's been a long 16 trading days I've had it. I just came back to break even. So now let me show you this one, because this is the reality of trading, guys, that a lot of people don't want to tell you and they don't want to show you, right? Here are the analytics, right? Bingo bango. As you can see, this is where we dropped all the way to the downside, damn near almost leaving like $400 left in the account to below it, right? Then obviously I climbed my way back to the top. Then we did drop to the bottom and then we went to the top. One thing I'm looking at, like I'm noticing about the equity curve is that like it's like the chart, right? The impulse corrections, damn near the same thing. But as you can see, guys, it's like with proper risk management, I'm able to push myself to the top, right? We were in a huge decline, but now we're damn near back to break even. As you can see, we're basically back to the base where we were on the 17th of June. We only got back here again on the 22nd of August, right? So there's still a lot more to do, but definitely showing you that the realities of trading, guys. Like, there's times where the markets are not giving you opportunities, and there's times like this when you go up like 4 or 5% on single trades because of the opportunity presenting itself, right? Now on the 5K account, the 5K account is the one that I've had the longest, right? Let me just show you guys the 5K, and that will be the last one for it. And then I'll also give you advice in terms of what you should and what I can give in terms of advice. With this one, we're up 2.7%, so we're left with like what? 1.3% to pass, right? Because it is 4%, as you can see. They say today's daily loss limit, overall daily loss limit, overall profit target. Yes, profit target is $200. I'm left with like $170 to pass it, right? And then if I come over to trading overview, this one as well was a bit hectic, but we managed to push through as well, right? As you can see, we went up, we went down, we eventually pushed to the top, and then we climbed back all the way to the top. So this is the reality. It's the reality of what we do, especially with these markets, guys. What I want to show you is that transparency, right? To show you actually what is happening with my trading, what are also the students getting, because the same trades I'm taking, you could have taken them if you're in the group, right? Especially if you're trading prop firms. This is a very good place. I'm all for prop firm thingy, guys. I'm all for prop firm funding, you know. So now with God's grace, we are up 6%. Basically, these ones are basically passed. Like, I know for sure, like with the setup I'm gonna take in the beginning of the week, I usually get 1 to 2 setups a week. If gold is a bit volatile, we managed to pass phase 1 10k, phase 2 phase 1 also 50k. One thing I'm also noticing as well is it's easier to pass phase 1 and it's difficult to pass phase 2. And the main reason why I'm saying this is because with phase 1, it's more so getting it out of the way, right? The first few trades, I try to pass it in between 1 or 2 trades, right? With phase 2, it's psychological because you know you're just by the door. You're already knocking. So it's become a bit difficult because as a trader, psychologically, you need to switch off and understand that, like, regardless of the situation, you have to follow the plan and you have to stay disciplined regardless of the situation. Hence why you saw the P, because with the P2 25k and 5k, I've damn near made over 10%, guys. With it going up, going down, going up, going down, I've made well over 8%. It's just the difficulty because of the psychology is what's the reason why a lot of people don't pass these accounts. So it's obviously road to 300k in terms of funding, guys. I'm doing my best to make sure that I stay consistent. I don't tilt in terms of psychology, but so far so good. I will catch you guys on the next video next week Sunday. I will try to do, what is this, guys? I will try to make a video for thingy day in a life. I haven't forgotten you about that. I'm just solely focusing on these accounts, getting my paper straight, and then we'll move forward to other things, right? But nonetheless, thank you for watching till the end. I will catch you guys next week.